package as well.
Yes, I was gonna tell you. Thank you so much. It's like, well, you've announced it, right?
Yeah.
Product that I feel like I've tried so many different sunscreens. My skin is pretty sensitive, and living in Texas, like sunscreen's just like a must with the crazy sun. So I love it. So first of all, congratulations. It's so exciting. But like, have you always been? Obviously, you're outside a lot too, but have you really always been into you know, skincare and like especially like clean beauty too? Is like, I feel like so important, like what we not only put in our bodies, but you know, on our bodies too.
Yeah, I've been into clean beauty for quite a while, especially in the last 10 years. I would say was when I really became aware of it. And then I was bad for years, and I really started wearing sunscreen because Serena really inspired me. We would practice side by side, and I would see her all the time with all this with sunscreen and long sleeves. And finally one day I realized like what I was doing to my skin by not protecting it. And then, you know, it all steamrolled into this. So I'm so happy you like it. I also have sensitive skin. I always say I have friends on my face, unwanted friends. And,
Yes,
oh my
they can
God,
leave.
the fight against the friends
I
is
feel you.
daily. So, you know,
Yeah.
create a product that also helps you to not have that cast, is like clean, and also make sure you don't have any friends, hopefully.
Totally. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
so
I
happy
love
you
it.
love
So
it.
thank you.
Mhm.
I love
Well,
it.
thank you so much. I'm the biggest fan, and I hope we can do this again. I
I
really.
would love that. Yeah, thank you. Good luck. Hopefully you can get back out there soon. I'm always rooting for you guys, and you know, a big fan on the court, but also what you both do off the court, and especially what you're doing. So thank you so much, and congrats
Thank
on
you.
your new launch.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
So if you have not checked out her account, please go see her at Nastia Liukin. She has the best clips. I think everyone loves gymnastics. Everybody watches gymnastics when the Olympics are on. Tennis, not so much. Gymnastics, the whole world. So she's fantastic. I love her energy, and I hope that we can get back on for more abs or core or whatever we decide to do that day. So this is not the end of our Instagram live. I think the other day I called it like a telecast or something. So it's not a telecast, it's Instagram live. So we have Katie Deno who's going to join us, and she is a makeup artist and clean beauty expert, and she is going to talk with me about the launch of the 11 by Venus sunscreen, which I'm so excited about. I'm going to grab my boxes right there and show you. And you know, this is an amazing product. I'm very passionate about beauty, and this sunscreen is going to be, you know, the first of many products that we're doing 11 by Venus for your skin, for your health, because it's not just about how you move, it's about so many things. So I'm excited to have Katie come on. Let me show you this. I've got to keep everything a little closer. Okay, so this is our Unrivaled Sun Serum. I know it's backwards because of the mirror. And this is our On the Defense sunscreen. So one is a serum, one is a sunscreen, and there is that. So it comes in a neat little dropper bottle. And if you want some sunscreen, you just press the button. Like, that's service. And then the other one, you know, yeah, it's in a tube. So you don't just press the button, it's in a tube. And there it goes. So we're going to bring Katie on. So there we go with Credo Beauty. So we're collaborating with Credo Beauty to create this amazing, amazing product.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's such a pleasure. And seriously, I don't use this word lightly. It's such an honor to be able to do this with you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on you too, because
Oh,
you just kill it with the makeup.
oh, thank you.
I need to learn how to put lashes on, so we can talk about that offline.
Yes, we absolutely can.
Curly lashes, so it just Ugh.
I can teach you how to straighten them using an eyelash curler, which you wouldn't expect, but yes. Look at your
I
face.
need that. You don't understand. You don't
Oh, I
understand
know.
my pain. I know we're not supposed to talk about my issues right now.
No, we can't.
It's not a makeup therapy session. This is supposed to be about beauty and
so
clean
cute.
beauty.
Oh my
So,
gosh, it's
thank
all
you so
one.
much for joining.
It's such a pleasure.
Thank you so much. So, have you tried it?
I'm wearing it right. I thought I would try this on this side of my face and this on this side of my face so that everyone could see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, as soon as they arrived, I was so excited waiting for the package. Credo had been saying, they're coming. And you know, the mail right now is like, but as soon as I ripped this open and it just melts in like butter, this one is like, I actually, if I didn't know the company that created this and I didn't know Credo's high standard, I would be like, man, there's no way that these are natural.
Yeah, I
So,
completely agree. And I've been in awe too for a very long time. So I've been waiting for this to come out, and I've loved working with Credo because they're the beauty experts.
100%.
And also we have the same passion. And I've been trying these products for quite a while, so I'm just so excited for it to come out.
The fact that you were able to nail the, completely disappear immediately upon application, no matter your skin tone, that's revolutionary. Really.
Yeah,
It's
it really
groundbreaking.
is. It really is. No matter what the skin tone, because you got to give love to all the skin tones of the rainbow and just celebrate people in general. And I know people of color, sometimes you get that cast with natural sunscreen.
Right.
And you're rubbing it, and it doesn't really go in. So we really resolve this problem with this.
Yeah, this is fun. I really feel like finally I can, being selfish, I can serve my clients no matter their skin tone, which, has not always been the case and has been kind of felt like a black cloud over my head. Like I can't, I can't offer everybody what I want, but now I sound like an infomercial, and I am.
Yeah, I think someone said I can't wait to try it. I live in Florida too. That's the high Shelster. So yeah, it's hot here. I'm trying to hide in the shade, but
I was watching. I started doing the threading the needle with you guys, and then I was like, oh, I better get up and get ready for this. What am I doing?
It was a quick burner, that one. It was surprisingly all the areas of the body we got.
I know, it was
one or two exercises, so it was awesome.
And I feel like when you have something on your skin and you even slightly begin to sweat, if you're wearing a sunscreen, you feel it. But to be totally honest, like I don't feel it. This went in so smoothly and doesn't feel like that on top of the skin, like beating up or anything. I put it on my shoulders just so I could really show it off.
It just show it off, girl.
It just melts in.
How did you get clean beauty?
Thanks for asking. I mean, it's been a passion of mine forever. I've been a makeup artist working with celebs and, for about 13, 14 years. And in the beginning, I was like, what are these ingredients that I can't pronounce on the back of all these product boxes? And no one could really answer that for me in the industry. All my fellow makeup artists were like, just use it. It doesn't matter. It works. And there wasn't, it was like the health food store at the time. You could go in and buy a few different, like, kind of earthy colors that didn't work on all skin tones. And I was like, this can't be the case. I can't do my job like this. So it's just been such an interesting past decade plus to see the industry grow. Like at this point, pretty much everyone knows the term clean beauty or green beauty or non-toxic beauty. So it's just been such an amazing, like, global shift. But sunscreen was one of the biggest holes, and now it's been filled.
Yeah, I completely agree. And okay, so tell me what you love about the products. Let's start with the Unrivaled Sun Serum first. So this is a lightweight serum, and it provides hydration and protection. So you can use it daily as a moisturizer or under makeup. I put mine on today.
Yeah, you have it under your makeup?
Yeah.
That is, so you just nailed it. That's the thing that as a makeup artist is so crucial, is to be able to layer it. So first I want to always put, some level, either a mist or something on just to cover the skin. And then this, if you are somebody who has a lot of oil production, You don't necessarily need a moisturizer, but if you're like me and you're bone dry, you might want to put a moisturizer on first and then layer this. It plays so nicely. You know, sometimes you can get like that pilling, like
Yes.
I heard you saying you have friends sometimes, and as do I. Like I break out a lot, and I can't risk putting layers of product on that are going to exacerbate that. So putting this on, it feels like nothing. And it's for those who don't want a super glowy, you know, dewy face. This is amazing, but it does still
Yeah.
have that, like it imparts light. It's not you know, like a mask of product on you. And you can then put foundation on top. And that, I know, you know, you're on the court all the time, but even for press for you out in the public eye, you have to be able to layer stuff and not worry that those little pills are going to happen.
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes. So what other, oh wait, before you start that, what is your favorite thing about the On the Defense sunscreen? I'm in the sun, it's hard to
Right.
see. There it is, On the Defense.
I think both the texture, so it's very creamy. They're totally different textures. So it'll be fun for people to play with them and see what their favorite is. This goes, it smooths in like a dream. It's just like a drop goes, you know, you can't see it after a split second. This one is like that luxuriating kind of like massaging a moisturizer, your favorite moisturizer into your skin. And it gives such a glow. So, you know, like the glow has been in for quite some time and it continues to be in. And for those of us who want that look, like this, and you can, again, you can layer it underneath or on top of a moisturizer if you want, and you can put a foundation or concealer on top.
Exactly.
Like,
okay, so what other sunscreens do you use?
It's been a while that I've been using Viva Sana. So that had been for me the glowy, like that, the one that really gives me the glow. Viva Sana Suntegrity. So I often would use, because you needed to kind of cancel out the white cast that you mentioned, that white chalkiness, with putting pigment into the foundation or into the sunscreen. So most of them are tinted moisturizer sunscreens that have been on the market, but I don't always want to wear a tint, you know, like sometimes I just want to have naked skin showing if I don't have a bunch of stuff to cover up that day, if my skin's playing nicely. So like that's for me why this is so great, because in the clean beauty world, you really haven't been able to.
I agree.
That to counteract. And it wasn't available in all skin tones.
I agree.
What's been your favorite thing?
My favorite thing, Kula.
Yeah.
A lot of Kula.
Of course.
I have a mousse by Supergoop.
Oh, yeah.
That I quite like. And just numerous others. Sometimes I'll be in other countries and you can find different stuff. Australia has a lot of amazing clean beauty products. So I'll be down there and I'll just like pick up all these new things that I can try. And I absolutely love that.
Same. And speaking of, whenever anybody talks about traveling in other countries, and I always suggest the same thing, like pick up beauty products when you're there. But it's really nice to be able to bring your old standbys and know that, because sometimes, you know, when you pick up something new, you're like, is it going to play nicely? Am I going to break out from this? Like, to be able to carry your own stuff and know that, no, this is not going to break me out. It's like, finally.
Yeah. I struggle with the friends on my face. It's just okay. People want to know where they can buy the product, so they can go to. I'm sorry.
What a beautiful view you have there.
Thank you. That's Florida for you.
Oh, so nice.
So you can go to @Credo Beauty, or you can go to 11byvenus.com to grab the sunscreen. I'm trying to pin this information here. It doesn't want to do it.
I still haven't learned how to pin anything. If you figure that out, please share that with me and I'll send you my eyelash curler tips.
Okay.
Right now, because the stores are not open, you can, if you're like curious, which one should I use? You can log on to Credo Beauty, and one of the people who otherwise would have been in the store will be ready to text or to, you know, message back and forth with you and talk to you about your worries about your skin type and, you know, what layering you kind of do to figure out which one of these will be best.
I'm trying to escape the sun. But I know. Actually face today because I have my sunscreen on.
I thought,
take that.
Venus, this morning when I walked outside, normally I put a hat on. I live in LA. Even just to walk out to the backyard, I put a hat on. But this morning I was like, actually, I'm going to get the vitamin D. I don't want to put a hat on. I don't need to. I get freckles like nobody's business.
I just continue to tan. There's no limit to how deeply I can tan. So And a tan is great, but at the same time, you want to protect your skin.
Absolutely.
What What are your clean beauty tips for people who are maybe just getting into clean beauty, or old fogies like me who are, been in the game a minute and are just like,
Totally.
because for beauty, you can never get enough. I can never get enough. Like, I just ordered all these essential oils and extracts so that way I can like boost my products like to
Yes.
infinity and beyond. I
I
mean,
love
that's kind
that.
of like one of my favorite clean beauty tips is like take the products you love and then just add a little bit of this and that depending on what you want.
Absolutely.
What
Switch it up for the
Yes,
day.
yeah, exactly.
Like depending upon your mood, what scent is going to balance that or uplift you or whatever. I love that you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like what you said. So I'll build on that. So thinking about whatever your largest surface area of your body is, make that product that goes on all of that skin. We've all heard this. Your skin is your largest organ.
Yeah.
So treat it with love. Make that a clean product. So I always suggest like your body lotions, your body oils, your body scrubs and washes in the shower. Because when we're in the shower, the steam is basically taking whatever, if there are toxins in your products, and putting it into the atmosphere. So you're inhaling it now. You're really just marinating in stuff that your body doesn't necessarily know how to process or need. And there are such great other options. So then also, secondly, I always say whatever you're putting on your mouth, because usually if you're a lip balm user, you're doing it multiple times an hour or a day, and a lipstick you're touching up. So why not have that be something that you're, that's clean 100%? If you're kissing on your babies, if you have them, like, you want to know it's clean. And then anything that you're putting on your face, of course, because that is without a doubt, for those of us who have a beauty regimen, that's the one thing that we know we do without fail every single day. We might forget or not have time to do our whole body with lotion or oil or whatever, but we put something on our face.
Yeah.
And so, like, this is why it's been so tough for me. It's probably the number one question that I'm asked is, what sunscreen should I use? And I haven't been able to give a universal answer because not one sunscreen doesn't work for everybody, particularly skin tone wise, which is why this is like so super exciting. I really do sound like an infomercial, but let's bring it back to this. But I really do feel that way.
Well, I mean, obviously you have credibility, and if you don't love something, you're not going to come on here and say, this is your life, this is what you do every day, skin, beauty, clean beauty. So I love kind of having your true opinion on it, that you love this. So
I really do. Yeah, and I never mince words or inflate something to be like, yeah, I really love it. Everyone knows when I'm not telling the truth. So
right. Yeah, really I usually won't say I don't love it. I just won't say anything. I'll just be
same. Like, yeah, exactly. tweet to tell them, call me. Yeah.
How's the weather?
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay, so what are some like quick, easy hacks for people to just, okay, 2 questions.
Yeah.
For skincare, and second, the seasons are changing. So how do you change your skincare routine for the summer?
Such a good question. All right, so for most people, they need a little bit less extra hydration on their skin, moisturization. So you might want to look at, swapping out your heavy creams. Let's talk about for face. Swapping out your heavy creams, even your heavier eye creams, they may not be serving you. A lot of people get the little under the skin bumps around the eye called milia. Have you ever had anything like that? Sometimes it's a buildup of like a little too much moisture that your skin can't handle. Same thing for the rest of your face. You might want that lighter moisturizer, especially if you're going to commit, even though we should commit in the winter too, but commit to putting a sunscreen on every single day. You may find that you don't actually need that moisturizer underneath because these are quite hydrating.
Right.
So I feel like also color, people like to play with color differently in the spring and summer. In the winters, you're using more of like deep berry lips and cheeks, and it might be more about a smoky eye. Do you like playing with makeup, or is that just like?
I do. I get into different moods. There's moments where I just want to be clean, and there's moments where I just want a lot of makeup or heavy lip. It just depends. I pretty much wear eyeliner in my matches.
Yeah. In
every match, so.
Right. So your eyes like stand out so people can see a little bit better from afar.
They can see how I feel about that shot. I'm like.
So exactly. Exactly. Yeah, if you wanted to like keep that on the down low, you don't wear eye makeup. Yeah, you're like poker face on the court. No, that's what makeup's all about. It's about it's like your creative artistic expression on your face. And also, like, historically, it was to be able to, you know, a lot of people used it who were on the stage so that people could see their facial expressions from in the back of the playhouse. I said this yesterday on an IG live, but like that's it, you really do, like that's what contour was all about. Like you can see all parts of all angles from afar better. So I feel like in the summer people are a little bit you know, more glowy and dewy and lighter on the makeup, a little more like shimmer and brighter colors, that kind of thing. But keeping it all clean is for me a must. Like as a, you know, pro makeup artist, I'm working with a lot of Hollywood. In the beginning, 10 years ago, wasn't quite so easy, especially working on women of color. We didn't have the color range. It was felt horrible. And now to be able to have that, I mean, the color choices are spectacular. The long wear is there. I never feel like I'm not equipped, especially with like having my kit full of everything you can find in a Credo. It's like, it's where it's at. It's great.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So how do you use, I mean, we're coming up on summer, but it was a long winter for a lot of us.
Yeah.
How do you use your sunscreen in the winter?
The same way you use it in the summer, at least for me. Like that's what I tell
Because
everybody.
I think people think it's winter, so I don't need sunscreen.
You're so right. No. So I caught an IG live with the formulators of your product, and they were talking, and I was like, oh, I'm taking notes. So the rays that come through the window, UVA, we still receive sun damage from that. Like we cannot, you know, unless you're hiding out in a dark room all the time with no screens in front of you either. Like we're getting, you know, we need to put a barrier, the protection to keep our skin, to keep the free radical damage from happening, which is what, like everyone says, what's the number one anti-aging thing I can do? Stay out of the sun or wear a good sunscreen. And when you're not, you know, wear a hat. Yeah, so it should be the same in the winter.
Agree. Can't live without the hat, can't live without the sunscreen.
Yeah.
Every now and then I get lazy and I don't put it on that day and I can tell the difference. And I regret it. And
Same.
I regret it.
Same. I always see like 10 new brown spots on my face.
Yeah.
Like,
and then my skin just doesn't look as fresh. It just looks more beat up.
Yep.
And then I'm like, I did all that work for all those months.
I know.
This, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like how if you exercise like mad and then like a month you take off, you're right back where you started long before you exercise. It's like the same with skin. You have to keep it up.
Agreed. Okay. Question. What do you think about toners?
I mean, so the word toner I think is convoluted because people are like, is it the thing that like when I was a kid, my mom would buy me that OxyClean, super harsh, astringent, it would make my eyes burn as I was using it. I was a total acne face, and my mom was like, just go use this. It's okay that your eyes are burning. So that's one idea of what a toner is. And then we have like the very gentle rose water and glycerin toners that, you know, are like a beautifully crafted, full of like wild crafted, you know, foraged for herbs that we have now, like on the shelves of Credo. Like there's a whole spectrum of what toner means. So for me, I use a toner as like a hydrating tonic, a mist. Mm-hmm. There's so many good ones.
Today?
Yeah. So I always, first thing in the morning, I use it. I use one that like enlivens me. And just like how you said, you like to kind of craft your own scent profile for things, depending upon your mood and what you need for that day. So I do that in the morning. And it serves, this is what I learned from a number of estheticians over the years and facialists. In order to pull the benefits of your serums deeply into the lower layers of your skin, you need some sort of level of like a water molecule in your skin. So that is what gives you that. That's the mist is what gives you that base that then can help suck the oils or serums and moisturizers more deeply. So I start with that. And then, yeah, just like you said, throughout the day, I'm stressed. I'm going to spray something that has some uplifting scents to it. I want help getting to sleep. I'm going to spritz myself with maybe a little lavender and some other calming. What's your go-to scent in the morning? What helps you like?
Well, my go-to is a Mist Your Mood from a Sutra, and I do use a lavender at night, but I use the eucalyptus in the morning because I'm a
Yes.
morning person. I love the night. I'm like a
You are.
vampire. I just thrive at night. In
Me
the
too.
morning, I can't. I
You have to
can't.
like
So
steamroll you out of the bed.
missing my mood with something invigorating helps me a ton, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something amazing for myself, which I am. And it's just easy, you know. And you're like taking real good care of myself. And you just feel like a hero, you know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. I think that every morning I'm like, I'm doing good for myself and the planet.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so we've had a lot of questions on how to deal with blemishes.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of blemishes because of the friends that I get on my face. And
Mhm.
obviously sunscreen is a good one because it helps not to deepen it with more hyperpigmentation. But
Yes.
what are your go-tos to deal with blemishes?
I feel like probably any one of us who has had a long history with it could write a book on it. You and I should write the chapters 1 and 2. And yeah, so speaking of a book, so there is a skincare line that is on the shelves at Credo called Marie Veronique, and I'll never forget. Years ago, I just come to LA to do a commercial for Burt's Bees. They have a much less expensive clean acne. But I remember I was panicked. Like, I had a beard of acne, basically. I was like, how am I going to go in front of camera like this? And I wasn't doing the makeup for the ad. I was on the ad, and I was like, I can't. So I tweeted, this was before Instagram, I tweeted, can anyone help me? I don't know what to do. And the most amazing woman who created the skincare line, Marie Veronique herself, responded to me and said, call me. I'm going to help you. And she did. And I have been a devout Marie Veronique skincare user for that's probably 8 years ago. So I highly recommend that line. But there's so many different lines to try out. And the thing is, it may be your skincare, but it also may really well be your diet, is what I've learned over the years.
Mm-hmm.
For myself in particular.
So you have to explore everything.
Yeah. And with either a nutritionist or just doing as deep a dive online as you can, you'll find a lot. Acne.org.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that website a million times between the ages of probably 20 and 35, like when I was in my worst bout of breakout. Well, after my teenage years of breakout. How about you? What's your
I've had breakouts my whole life, starting from like teenager till now. It's just like a constant for me. So I'm constantly fighting it. And now I have a really simple routine right now because my skin has just been you go through different phases in life, and right now I think I've had a few weeks now where it's just better.
Yep.
So
isn't that when you have that, don't you just feel like it's like PTSD, like you can't even think about what it was like back then, and then
right,
just 2 days ago it was bad. But
yeah, so I'm just going to start out vitamin C back into my skin again, give it a go. I am afraid right now because of my skin acting so angry.
Right.
I use the vitamin C by Sutra, and I'm not going to start the retinol yet or anything. But yeah, I've been keeping it simple with a lot of exfoliation and a lot of moisturizing lately.
Yes.
And some toners, but nothing crazy right now. Tell me about your day and night routine.
Well, sometimes I laugh at myself because they vary so greatly. Sometimes I'm the person in the bathroom with 12 steps, and then sometimes I'm like, did I wash my face tonight? I mean, that's rare, but
that happened to me last night. I just fell asleep by mistake. Those ones you fall asleep and you're like, you wake up and you're like, oh, I didn't wash my face.
I know, it's this like self-imposed horror. Like no one else cares if I didn't wash my face, but I'm ashamed. Yeah. So I do most of everything at night. And I use, so I'll use a creamy face wash. Then I use I use a small bar soap often, like a very specialty bar soap. Then I do a toner. Then I will use I alternate between vitamin C and a retinol product. Anything that will help speed up that turnover of skin cells, because once I started using something that did that, I was like, oh, this is a game changer, because alpha hydroxy acid, anything that has beta hydroxy, anything that has like a fruit acid in it as well. I do like a mask, a fruit acid. Tata Harper has a great fruit acid mask, just to, especially, you know, they say, and I didn't believe this until I found it to be so true, as you're getting older, your skin stops shedding those dead skin cells at such a great rate, and our natural oils like glue those old skin cells together and create this like patchwork barrier on our skin that traps in bacteria and prevents the products that we would, you know, be seeing benefits from really actually working. So we got to get that off as we get older. You know, when you see like a baby skin and it has that reflective kind of beautiful like glow and that cush, that's, yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, we don't have that as we get older. So to get a little bit of that back, we need to exfoliate, but then you got to wear sun protection because you're way more susceptible to sun damage because you don't have that natural barrier of old skin cells and your old face oil on anymore. So yeah, so I do all of that, and then I do serum, and then I do a moisturizer to kind of seal it all in. And then I do a much less, like an abridged version of that in the morning, always starting with the toner. I don't usually wash my face again in the morning. Do you? That's like a
well, in the morning, normally I go to practice, so sometimes I'll just use water.
Yeah.
It's simple, and then throw on some sunscreen. If I'm not training, then I'll use, I'll scrub my face and then throw on some serum and a light sunscreen. Now that I have this, you know, obviously I throw on the Unrivaled serum for moisture, and if I want even more moisture, then I'll layer another layer on. Keep it pretty simple in the morning and a little more in depth at night. One more question for you.
Yeah.
I know we've been keeping you a while.
I love it.
How much money should you spend on your face wash?
Oh, that's such a good question. It's funny, I've heard throughout the years people say things like, why would I spend money on something that I'm just going to put on for 2 seconds and then it goes down the drain? I get that. But I also think that you spend for, you know, the ingredients, and ingredients are costly. So if we think about the whole chain of what it takes to get those amazing butters and waxes and whatever, you know, all of the specialty herbs that might be in a face wash, you know, the whole chain of who grew those, like we're not talking necessarily synthetic, we're talking like somebody actually grew those, took care of those ingredients as they were growing in the ground. Anyway, I could go on and on about that whole chain, but so I think, like, it depends. If your budget is this big, don't think that you need to spend this big of your, you know, on your face wash. I feel like that can be one category that can be a little bit, there's a lot of wiggle room there. I would say if you're going to spend money on something, spend it on like an active product, a vitamin C, a retinol, peptides. A face wash, as long as you're taking off what you put on during the day, which I mean by that, like your makeup, your sunscreen, and whatever pollutants get trapped on our skin as well. As long as you're getting that off and not stripping your skin, because we get into this vicious cycle, especially with acne, we dry out our skin, it's going to help. But it doesn't necessarily. It depends on what kind of breakouts you're having. But for the most part, I say just get it off. That just means you're using an oil cleanser and then using a face wash right afterwards. You know, there's so many different ways to do it. But it's a really good question you bring up. You could go a little bit lighter if your budget isn't huge for that. But it is really nice to have like the luxurious. It's kind of spa-like every night when you go in there and you're washing your face. You don't have to spend a ton.
Yeah, there are some face washes too that leave your face like bright, shiny, like Obagi C. I found, you know, in the past I used to use that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
You know, there's so many ones. So, yeah, I'm so happy that you love our product.
I sure do.
So everyone, you can go ahead and find it. Go to the link in our bio. You know where to find it. 11 by Venus or at Credo Beauty. And the sun keeps following me.
I know, I've watched that.
So I'm like moving, it moves, it's chasing me.
Good thing you have some
very
protection
fitting
on.
Because I have sunscreen on.
Totally.
Thank you so much for sharing all that information, giving us so much love with all this information because we need it. Because the skin is our biggest organ and it's the first thing that faces the world, so we got to take care of it.
Totally. I love that that's what we're signing out on. And one thing that I forgot I wanted to show people is that just how milky, and can you see it there?
Yeah.
And how easily this goes in.
And I'll try on this one.
And you see nothing at all.
And a lot goes a long way. Like,
yeah, that what I just put on could be my for the whole face, right? A number,
yeah.
just a few drops.
So just this goes on a long way, and you'll see how much coverage you get out of this.
Yeah.
So you don't need a lot.
Look at that.
That was enough for the whole forearm. It's a tiny drop. So you have to be careful of how much you put on.
Exactly.
As they say, a little dab will do ya.
And on that note,
thank you so much
wonderful.
for joining. I'm a massive fan. Thank you. And
likewise.
Let's do this again.
I can't wait. I'm ready for you with this.
Please.
Whenever
You've solved all my issues. The struggle, it takes me 20 minutes if I want to put on lashes. It's so stressful.
Oh,
it's
I know.
So
when your own lashes are so curled up that the other, I also have another, let's talk because I have another trick for you too.
Okay, I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy that sun.
Thanks.
Bye.
My gosh, loved having her. That was Katie Ben. And sorry. Constantly moving, so that way y'all can see me and I can see you. So today is a very special day because it is the launch of our sunscreen, and at 11 by Venus, what's most important is that you take care of your whole body. So that's in here, out here, in here, right there. You got to do it all. So if you are missing one, then you don't get the equation. So if you want to add up to 11, you got to do it all. So we have our sunscreens that are, clean by Credo Beauty. And so this is our On the Defense sunscreen, and that's the sun serum. So I encourage you, as this summer comes along, please protect your skin. It's the only one you get. Take care of it. And I took too long to do that, so hopefully I won't see the effects of my naughtiness. And I want to thank Serena also for being a good influence on me, and that's why I started in the sunscreen game. I was doing everything else, but not that. So huge thanks to Credo Beauty for partnering with us at 11 by Venus and the sunscreen company as well. It was an amazing journey to create this, and I'm extremely excited and proud to share this with you. I've been just waiting for months and months and months to share this. So, and the best part is that you guys have asked us, you men out there have asked us for unisex product, and here it is. So this is something that everyone can use, and we got more surprise for you later this year with more unisex products. So I can't, it's not beauty, this one, it's something else. So I'll tell you in a few months. But with that being said, please protect your skin. And you can go to our link in bio. Now it's here, it's posted, I've pinned it. Go to the link in my bio so you can shop our latest sunscreens as well. You can also use the code Coach Venus, because I am your coach through this COVID and self-isolation and quarantine period, through all things wellness and motivation. So you can use that code on 11 by Venus for 20% off. And you can also go to Credo Beauty to shop our new sunscreen and serums as well. Okay, so I think this is the time where we answer a few of your questions. I saw my sister Isha on, so let me give a few shout outs to people who have joined us. Oh, hi, Jane Jonah. How's tennis going? I see you guys working hard. I want that ball machine from Wilson. Is it the sling? I love you two in those one-hand backhands. I love it. Okay, Lady Isha, hi. It's my sister. Top TMG, that's Tanya. I don't know, we go way back. I met her at a concert. Can you imagine? We've been friends forever. Okay, some folks that are here all the time. I see y'all too. Let me answer a few questions in that their question box. So, ooh, this is a good one. So I'm going to tap that response. Which match was it that woke you up? And that's from Den's Stag. I'm not going to get this right. Gangsta 1914. It was a 1999 U.S. Open when I played in the semifinals. Serena was in the semifinals. We both were in the semifinals, and I had a massive choke. I was just so nervous the whole match. 3 tough, long sets, came out with the loss, and that would have been the first Williams final, but I think the whole occasion was too tough for me, and I wasn't willing to do the right things to get the result, and I paid the price with not getting it. And after that, I made up my mind that I was going to listen to Mom and Dad, So you kids, listen to mom and dad, and do everything that it took on the court. And sometimes doing the right thing and doing what it takes is scary. I don't know why it's scary, but sometimes it is, and it takes extra courage. But that match woke me up. It really did. And that loss was a big game changer for me. So sometimes you got to lose to win. Thank you. That was a good question. Let's go back to the question box. Let's see. Can I do more core? Oh my gosh. This is a good one. So this is being African American, we should use sunscreen. So this isn't a question, but a statement. And I agree. I only started being serious about my sunscreen, in the last, let's say, 10 years of my life. And I just wasn't. So for the first 30, I just thought, I have darker skin. I have skin protection built in. I will never get damaged. Yada, 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 yada nonsense. You have to take care of your skin. You have to protect your skin. So I finally woke up, thanks to Serena, just from watching her. Sometimes you can be around good influences. She didn't even say anything, but I just saw it. And one day I just was like, I got to do this too. So thank you, Serena. And you guys, the best part is that our sunscreen products here, they have no cast. So sometimes with dark skin, you try to put it on, especially some of the clean beauty products. Sometimes you put it on and it just leaves you this white cast on your skin. Oh, this blends right in. So we heard you. We're here. Thank you, Nanny Connie, for that comment. Oh, lots of questions in the question box. Oh my gosh. Let me open it back up again. Okay. Oh, hi. How are you? One of my favorite instructors, Peloton, DT22. What's your skincare routine? You're always glowing. It's been a journey, I got to tell you. Constant exfoliation, constant. Sometimes I use just a manual brush. Sometimes I use something more mechanical. Sometimes it's twice a day. Some days not at all. Usually once a week, nothing on my skin. Constantly brushing. I would really recommend a vitamin C. I use vitamin C from Asutra, also a retinol. I use that one from Asutra also. Anything that is an antioxidant, a fruit acid, those sorts of things to continue to make your skin turn over is going to take out any blemishes and smooth your skin. I also love to use some low scale lasers, so like Genesis. Laser Genesis. It's just very light and it just removes pores, builds collagen. I've only done it once this year. I never really do it, but my game is to start doing that more. So there are some other things that you could do. So thank you. That's a great one. I love that's particular for glowing. Also, different oils like lemon essential oil. That one like makes your skin glow, and I always keep those on deck. So yeah. Thank you, DT. Okay. This is fun. Most iconic hairstyle I've ever rocked. This is from Alex Lindsay 13. I have schizophrenic hair, so my hair changes. My favorite one is when I had magenta braids at the 2013 US Open, and then color really came in after that. So I like to kind of beat to my own drum. I don't really necessarily love trends or being a part of them because I like to express myself and feel very much like myself. And sometimes if that's part of the trend and I want to be a part of it, yes, but usually I don't necessarily enjoy it. So I kind of backed off color for a while. Color is still in, which I love. And you can't quite see my hair. It looks platinum, but it's actually a light rose. So I've gone back to color, and I think that was probably most iconic. But obviously the beads, people keep saying, bring the beads back. I don't think sometimes people realize that's kind of like a childhood hairstyle. When you're African American, you kind of wear braids and beads and things like that. So I think a full head of beads could be interesting, but maybe not for a daily basis. Okay, well, what time is it? I need to order my lunch. I have a nice arm workout scheduled too, because I've been trying to get my arms like more bulked. It's been an interesting journey. Christy Starr, Biceps Doomsday Club. Is the sun, okay, this is a good question. Is the sunscreen waterproof? This is only Alyssa. So the sunscreen is not waterproof. This is for everyday use. This is not for high performance use. So I think down the road we will get there, but we wanted to not exclude anyone. So if you are someone who's maybe doing Pilates or yoga or in studio, and you don't necessarily always need a waterproof at that period in time, we didn't want to exclude anyone. So right now, this is not waterproof, so you cannot rely on this to like protect you if you get in the water, if you're sweating nonstop, but you can put it on to protect you from UV rays, even when you're inside and you're getting sun from a window, etc. This is your product. Okay, nice one here. It's my favorite time of our Instagram too, is our questions. So, do you miss tennis and the competition? Before, no, because I never had a break from tennis in my whole life. So I've continued my training, but I didn't necessarily miss the matches or the competition yet because I didn't know what that meant in life not to have it. And then today, I think I saw some like photos of Paris from like one of our physios we worked with in Paris, and another tennis player, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to miss it. And it was nice to kind of miss it. I've never had a chance in life to miss it because either I was playing or at practice or in rehab. So that was a cool feeling. I think it may have passed, but yeah, I can't wait to get back. Okay. How long do I practice in the summertime? This is in Charlotte, 15. So, Charlotte, are you a young person? I can't see in the picture. It's a tiny thumbnail. But in the summertime, I practice as long as any other time, pretty much not more than 3 hours. I've been on that routine since I was 20, and I think that's helpful for longevity, especially as a professional tennis player, playing so many tournaments and training so often, and literally nonstop until you retire. So I don't train too much longer than 3 hours. It's just on the court in the gym. I put in at least another 2. So, the full training day is 5+ hours, plus the commute. But in the summertime, you have 3 hours, and then this Florida heat is not a joke. By 9 a.m., you can't even focus on the tennis anymore. You're focusing on just surviving. Yeah. So I usually get on the court by 7 a.m. just to kind of nip that in the bud. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's more questions that we have for a few more. This is sweet. Okay, do you speak French? Oui. What is your best moment at tennis? My best moments are ahead of me. I don't necessarily look back a lot. I think it's going to be a while before I appreciate anything, even like accomplishments on the court, because I'm so forward looking. I'm like, well, what's tomorrow? Yesterday happened. Grateful for it, but how about tomorrow? So not sure yet like what the past is, but yeah. Anyway, do I speak French? Mais oui, bien sûr, je parle français. Pas souvent, je dois pratiquer. So I'm just saying I don't speak that often, and I really need to practice. So yeah, and anyone can speak French, because if you can say croissant, steak frites, you good. Speak your French. Order that food. That's the most important part of French anyway, is a delicious food. All right. Alors, on to the next question. Someone asked me what was my favorite hydrating routine here in the feed. Secret hydrating routine, magnesium. Throw magnesium, it is nasty. You can do pills too. I like the liquid. Throw some magnesium in there and you got it going on. You just got it going on. Throw in that magnesium in your water or drink. I take it as a little shot. Just, boom. I also love Hydrolite. So it's an Australian company, and it comes in like effervescent little pills, I don't know what kind of call tablets, and little packets and things like that, different ways. I love Hydrolite. So because I need something with no sugar in it. Those are important to me. Somebody asked me about Conchita Martinez. Played her a few times. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's get in. Let's see. Okay. What's my all-time favorite 11 collection? From Kim Thorpe. Thank you, Kim. You come back all the time. Thank you for joining the live. How'd you like the workout? Let me know. Hope you love the sunscreen too. What's my favorite all-time collection? I would say honestly the ones that are happening now that I haven't really gotten to wear on court. The glam tennis is fire, and I haven't gotten to wear it, so I do wear it on like our tennis Tuesdays here. I wear it around the house, stuff like that. I love that. Our next collection, Geo, I'm dead. So my favorite ones, and once again, I'm future looking. One collection I really loved though was a watercolor collection we did in 2013. I don't have many pieces left of that. I should have kept more. I archive my pieces, so I usually keep one and put them away. So I can't keep them in my drawers because then I don't have enough drawers. But that one I love. I wore it during the Australian Open in 2013. That was fire, 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 fire. Okay, I'll stop saying fire. It was fire. Okay, let's see. Am I planning a visit to Ethiopia? Love to. The closest I've ever come to Ethiopia is Kenya, and that was an amazing trip. And I'd love to come there. And when I was in Kenya, we were doing a trip for clean water, but I didn't have a chance to really immerse myself in the Kenyan culture. So I just didn't have enough time. So Ethiopia, I'd love to put that on the list. I love Africa. Who doesn't? So yeah, thank you for the invite. Host me. And if you cook for me, I love you. um, Favorite football team. So are we talking about American football or European football? American football. Of course, the Miami Dolphins. Huge Dolphins fan, and hopefully we'll have football this year. I'm a huge fan outside of the Dolphins of Rob Gronkowski. We're doing a game show together called Game On. It's on next Wednesday, so y'all can watch it Wednesday, 8 o'clock on CBS. And I'm a huge Tom Brady fan. Massive. What a winner. No matter what. Love that. And also, my friend Bryant McKinney, huge fan. He's got his Super Bowl ring, and he found that, that was, I can't imagine that moment when you win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, love football. Okay. Oh, I love this question. What was your inspiration of studying fashion and interior design? What made you do it? So my inspiration of studying fashion and interior design is I absolutely love design, and that's who I am off of the court. And I didn't really realize how much I loved it until I got this letter in the mail when I was 19, and it said, "Come study design with us." And it was like a school in Tampa, and maybe it was like Ringling Art School. I don't know which one. I just know it was in Tampa. And is that the one in Tampa? Ringling Arts, right? No. Was it? I don't know what it was. Anyway, it was a school in Tampa. And I told my mom, and I was still living at home at 19. Weird, huh? Anyway, not so weird, but I didn't move out till I was 20. Okay, anyway. So I was like at home, and my mom said, "That's too far." And so I found a school that was within driving distance, and I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. And thankfully, because of that letter, I was really able to understand that I did love design. I didn't realize that because I had been so focused on tennis at 19, so for the first 15 years of my life. And it just made me realize, like, that's what I really do love besides, hitting the hell out of the ball. So that's what it is. And I love all design. I've chosen to focus on those two, but if I could spend a lifetime developing myself as a designer and artist and self-expression, then there's just not enough time. It's not enough time. Just grateful to get to tennis. I mean, I can't complain. It's a good thing. I was meant to do it. If you had any others, oh, this is cool. If I had any other tennis player come over to my house, who would it be? I mean, obviously Serena. Duh. I'm gonna definitely pick Grigor Dimitrov. I think he went to he went to visit Serena in Wimbledon, like in our house. We stayed together in our house in a Wimbledon house. She ran homes there in a little village. Wimbledon is actually like half an hour away. Let's say 25 minutes. You're coming home late at night. It's 3 a.m. from like a club. No traffic. It's not that far, but during the day it's pretty far. So everyone rents like houses in Wimbledon Village. And he came over and he knocked on my door to say hi. And I said, "You can't come in. I have a do-rag on." He's like, "B, come on. I just want to say hi." It's like, "No, I'm not looking my greatest." It was a disaster. I looked terrible. So anyway, now it doesn't matter. My do-rag on, I'll still say hi, Grigor. So, and he actually came on our Instagram live. Yeah, he came on. It was one of our first guests. So hopefully he'll come back. We got to have him and Serena at the same time. So yeah, of course Caroline too. She is funny, guys. I keep telling her she has to come back. Maybe she'll listen to me one day. I miss her on tour. Okay, someone is asking. This is X Forever Unicorn in the feed. How hard is it to train to become a professional tennis player? Please answer. It definitely takes a lot of time because tennis is, in any sport, honestly, is a skill you have. You can't think when you're on court. There's not enough time. You have to be able to automatically react, and it has to be instinct. So you have to train for years until it becomes instinct, and you just correct mistakes as they come. You know, on that ball, hey, I lifted up. Don't do that again. You know, that kind of thing. But you can't think. So it takes quite a few years. I would say at least a decade of training to get to that professional level where you are not hopefully thinking anymore at all. But yeah. Also to learn the strategy, also that takes that amount of time and longer. So, but in order to like play reactionary tennis, I would say, you know, a couple years before that. I've got a question here from Luca on the feed, Dima 3. Do you speak Italian? Certo. Anche parlo italiano and adesso mi manchi troppo Italia. Troppo. Benedetto, Benedetti. God bless Italians and Italy right now. I know it was one of the first places hit really hard besides obviously China. So I love Italian, and it's one of the easier languages to learn, I think. So hit that, gone, hit that. So I don't actually do any of these languages in public. I'm very shy. I know it sounds weird. I don't act shy right now, but I am. So I would never speak in public, but yes, I love Italy. Okay, guys. I'm having so much fun, but I gotta go. I have a call at 1:30, so thank you so much. You guys go ahead and grab our sunscreens on the defense to get ready for summer. Our serum and our sunscreen. Go to the link in bio so you can check out, you know, where to shop the sunscreens at Credo Beauty or at 11 by Venus. Thank you to Credo Beauty. Thank you so much for partnering with me and with 11 to create an absolutely revolutionary, amazing, clean beauty sun defense products. So you guys go ahead and check those out. Serena Williams says, can I get some sunscreen? I gave you the sunscreen. Is it gone? I gave it to you on Tuesday. So you can definitely get more sunscreen. I love you. And then she says, I'll come steal yours. Perfect. Typical. I'm gonna hide mine. Hide your antibacterial wipes. Hide your bleach. Hide your toilet paper. Hide your sunscreen. Right? You know, there's more than the kid and the wife these days. Okay, you guys can go to my link in bio for all the information you need. 11 by Venus, we have our code 20% off for Coach Venus. For Coach Venus, and for our sunscreens, you can find those there too. So I'll be back tomorrow at 12 noon for another workout for Coach Venus, and I'm super excited about that. And I'll keep posting about all this stuff. And I love you, and thank you for such great questions. I'm looking forward to answering more on the morrow. And lots of love. Take care of yourself. Remember, the one thing we can control is our health right now. So please eat well. Please stay active. And it's summer. Protect your skin when you're out in the sun. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.